Well guys, today is the day we finally figure out and diagnose what is going on with my Evo 10. Oh my lord. I did not see that. That fucking sucks. So to give you guys a little backstory, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I was toying around with a 680 wheel horsepower AMG on the street with this Evo. I was behind him, we were getting on the freeway, we were only doing, it doesn't matter how fast we were going. He ran over some sort of like plywood or really thick carburetor. I don't know exactly what it was. Flew up, hit my front end, and I thought it only hit my front end. It took out my canard, destroyed my bumper, destroyed my lip, as you guys can see. That's all fucked up. I immediately pulled over and I noticed all that right away. And then 2 seconds ago when I got out of the car, the whole side of the bottom of the door is scraped up to the side skirt and up to the lower quarter panel as well. I don't know if that can be buffed out. I'm really hoping it can. Either way, obviously I have to get the new decal for it. I did not see that. That is terrible. What the hell did he hit? Is there anything else on my car that's destroyed like that? That looks like it's the only issues. So the whole front end, like I said, the bumper, lip, canard probably need to be, the canard's shattered, that needs to be replaced. And then now on this door too as well. That freaking blows. Let's get this thing in the shop. Honestly, I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm worried about why the car is not really running like it should. It's throwing a check engine light, so I'm gonna pull it in the shop, scan that check engine light, figure out exactly what's going on. I hope nothing is going on in the motor because I was like 4th gear, wide open throttle, and then all of a sudden the car like cut out, damn near shut off when I was getting on the freeway. I pulled over immediately. The motor's not making any noise or anything, so I think and I hope it's fine. But once again, like when I bent a rod, the motor seemed fine. It was just throwing a check engine light and not running good, and only made noise for a few seconds, and then the noise went away. So I hope I didn't bend another rod or something like that. If there is something major going on with the car, I'm gonna have to put it off fixing it for a while because in like 2 or 3 days, I'm taking this FRS back down to Southern California. I live up in Spokane, Washington. So it's like a 17 or 18 hour drive in this freaking wide body FRS. It's gonna be a super far drive. I'll be down there for, I'm not even sure, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't really know, it depends on how much stuff is going on. And then as soon as I get back, the girlfriend and I are taking off to Hawaii for a little vacation. It's been a while since we went somewhere, so figured it'd be a nice little trip, a nice little getaway. But anyways, let's figure out what is going on with this thing. Check engine lights on, car's cutting out in boost and out of boost. I'm not really building any boost right now, honestly, because I don't want to fuck everything else up more. But yeah, let's figure this out. I swear, if this is a misfire code and I have low compression, this car will be the death of me. So this is the scanner I use. It's an Actron Auto Scanner Plus. Let's do this. I've been trying to put this off as long as I can just because I don't want to figure out what the hell is going on. I want to, but I don't want it to be something bad. So we have a P020 injector circuit open, cylinder 2. Okay. That honestly makes a lot of sense because my AFRs were acting super weird. If I have an injector open circuit, what does that mean? Does that mean I have a bad injector on the car? Does that mean I have a gas leak on injector 2? I don't know. Let's go check it out. So injector 2, I believe that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Be this one here. Let me grab a flashlight. I don't see any gas leaking out anywhere. They're like brand new FIC 1100 injectors, so I hope it's not bad. What the hell? My injector was unplugged. Like it was sitting there like that, but it clearly wasn't plugged in all the way. What? Is that really all it was? Oh my gosh. Totally not the car's fault. That's my fault when I built this damn thing. Let's check the rest of them. Good. Wow. Holy shit. I've literally put like 3,000 miles on this car like that, and it's been running fine. Tuned on the dyno just fine. Made 515 horsepower. That's absolutely insane that just now that connector came apart. I don't know if I didn't get it connected all the way. I'm guessing that's what happened. I didn't get it connected all the way when I got the injectors in the car. But how did it last that long and not give me any issues? That's freaking insane. The only thing I'm worried about now is, would it have harmed my motor driving it, you know, after it came unplugged the other day when I was racing? Or not racing. I wasn't racing. I was just doing some fun pulls. Would that have harmed my motor? I think I might do a compression check on cylinder number 2. I'm trying to think. I don't think it would. If anyone knows, any hella smart mechanics that would know, if an injector's unplugged, would that harm that cylinder at all? I don't know. I didn't really build boost. I think I tried to get into boost once just to see how the car would react. It was not a good reaction, but I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if anyone has the answer to that question. I think I'm gonna do a compression check either way, just to see the overall general health of the motor. They did do a compression check on the pre-dyno inspection, and all the cylinders were obviously fine because they still tuned and dynoed the car. But I'm gonna check it again anyway, see if cylinder 2 is any lower than the other 3. Let's look at this result together. So we're about 125 PSI on cylinder 2. Let's check cylinder 1 and 3 to compare. All right, cylinder 1 is identical as well. So here's the thing. When you're checking the compression of a car, you always want the motor, like operating temperature. Stuff expands, right? The pistons expand, the rings expand. You're gonna have a higher compression number when the motor is warm. This motor's not warm at all. That's why I think 125 is a little low across the whole board anyway. But I think if it was warm, it'd probably be in the 140, 150 range. The main thing you want to look for when you're doing compression tests anyway is a super low cylinder. Say 1, 3, and 4 were at 160 or 150 and cylinder 2 was at 120. That would be an issue. But the fact that they're all right across the board at 120 to 125, that is perfectly fine in my mind, especially for being a cold motor. So I'm very happy with that. I'm pretty sure the motor is healthy internally. Like I said earlier, if anyone is smarter about this topic than I am, and the fact that an injector was unplugged and I was running the car without harming the motor, I don't think so. But if anyone has to say otherwise, let me know in the comment section below. I'm gonna throw this thing back together. We can go on a little drive, see how the car runs. Hopefully it runs good. I'm guessing it will. I definitely did not expect my check engine light to go off that fast, but the check engine light's already off, so I think we're good to go. I'm gonna do a light cruise in the thing, let it warm up, and then hammer down and see what happens. So thankful right now, so freaking thankful. I'd gladly take a little bit of body damage like the car has over a blown motor. A lot cheaper to fix that body than it would be to freaking rebuild the whole motor again. I already built this damn thing once, I ain't gonna build it again. Ooh, she runs good. Yes, that makes me so freaking happy. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to sell my new Evo 8 to pay for a new freaking motor build in this thing. All this funny stuff was going through my mind. Sell the FRS. Motor builds for a 10 are not cheap, but probably should go in gear. Yeah, that makes me so freaking happy. All right, AMG, where you at, boy? Let's go again. I'll show you what an Evo can do. You guys like that? 7.3 miles per gallon on average. Oh, 8.9 now. When you're building boost in a built freaking car, like a big injector car, big turbo car, you get the worst fuel mileage ever. If I go to town and I'm hauling ass everywhere, say me and Bobby go on a little night cruise or something, and I'm hauling ass everywhere, I literally get like 5 to 10 miles a gallon for that night. But if I go on the highway, just cruise, set cruise control, I average like 25 miles a gallon just because I'm not in boost at all until like 6,000 RPM. So that's it's good and it's bad. Like you can get really good gas mileage if you want, but you can also get shitty gas mileage if you don't watch yourself. which I mean, I didn't, at the end of the day, I don't think I built this car to get good gas mileage, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, so thankful right now. A few more things we're gonna do today. I am gonna put a different BOV on the car. I'm taking the BOV off of the Evo 8. I think it's a Turbo Smart on the 8 as well, honestly, but the one on the 8 sounds so good, and I want to put that on my 10 just because I bought a full intercooler kit with piping and a different BOV for the 8, and it's a different style, so I can't run that one on the 8 anymore anyway. They're the same brand, but they're like a different model, and the one on the 8 sounds really freaking good. I'm gonna go compare the two right now, actually. I'll bring the 8 down here. Let's see what one it has. So the BOV on the 10 is a Turbo Smart dual port, that's all it says. That's what it looks like. Let's go grab this 8, drive it down here. I probably don't even need to drive it down there. I'll just grab a flathead. Since we're having such major issues with the 8 right now, probably should not drive it when I don't need to. I think that's all I need. I know all of you have been begging for an update on the 8, and I will get to it. It's just, with the 10 having issues and the 8 having issues, the 10 is my baby, my freaking daily car. So that's a little more important than trying to figure out what's going on with this 8. I do have a pretty good idea though. Man, this thing's a clunker right now. I cannot wait to make this thing badass. The one on here is a Turbo Smart Compact. I don't know the difference, but this one sounds sick as hell, so let's take it. This thing is super dirty on the inside. Nasty shit all up in there. I'm gonna grab some brake cleaner, carb cleaner, and a rag and clean it out real quick. Safe to say that was pretty damn dirty. Let's throw it on the 10. Here's that intercooler kit I have. See how that connects with just hose fittings? This is a gritty BOV, it's just a bolt-on one. That is going to see it just like that. Let's go drive this thing, see how it runs, and see how it sounds. I will data log it afterwards and send them over to my tuner just to make sure everything's in check. But I'm hoping it sounds good. Bobby loved the sound of that other BOV on the 8, or this BOV on the 8. I'm guessing it's gonna sound the same on here. I don't know why it sounded different. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it was compressor surge on the 8 or if it was a BOV. Yeah, the car sounds identical to before. They were both Turbo Smart BOVs. So I'm guessing it was just compressor surge on the Evo 8. I wonder why it was doing that, honestly. What causes compressor surge? I always thought it's because you don't have a BOV on it. But yeah, this thing sounds the same and it runs the same as well. But I'm still gonna data log it. My tuner did request that I re-data log this thing, especially after that weird injector issue. I feel like ever since that last map, my AFRs are almost too rich. So I feel like 10.5. Yeah, 10.5 is pretty damn rich. I feel like I can make more power if it was running just a tad bit leaner. Alright, the data logs are all done. I just gotta get them emailed over to English Racing. I'm gonna go home and do a little something funny. I like to mess with Bobby a lot. She completely thinks right now that my motor is done. My motor's gone in the Evo. So what I'm gonna do, head home, give her a call, and tell her that my motor's like completely f***ed up in this car.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
What up?
I'm in Walmart right now doing a little bit of shopping.
You wanna buy me a new motor while you're there?
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah, I cracked a piston.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
No, for real. Cracked a piston, so it messed up the block. So yeah, it needs everything.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, babe. You say you need my money?
I need $12,000 from you.
What?
That's it. Just sell the Genesis and give me 12 grand.
Okay, well then am I getting the Evo out of this?
No, you just can walk everywhere. Guess what else happened to my car?
What else?
That thing that hit the front of my car also hit the back door and the quarter panel.
What?
And the side skirt, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The what side? The white side?
Yeah, the non-wrapped side. Guess what else happened to my car?
What else freaking happened to your car?
You know why it doesn't run good?
Why?
Because one of my injectors came unplugged.
Oh, nice. That's an easy fix.
You want to know something else?
Oh, freaking Lord, what?
My motor's 100% fine.
Oh my gosh, I knew it.
How?
Because you're a terrible liar.
Frick. Did you believe me?
Frickin' jerk. For a second I did, yeah.
Overall, it's a pretty successful day with the Evo. I haven't fixed any of the body issues with it yet, just because I haven't had time. I gotta get this FRS ready, so I'll probably fix this body up when I get back. That is gonna be the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Both good news and bad news for the Evo. Good news is the motor's fine. Bad news is that freaking wood panel hit the side of my car as well, so that's kind of shitty. But I'd rather, any day of the week, I'd rather take a little bit of body damage over a blown up motor, and I think any one of you guys would as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video.